Feels like he's feeling like he needs to make something happen early in the Zyra con lane.
Ooh.
And then JoJo just...
He heard you say traditional mage, and he says, no, we don't want to do that.
He knows he has to be jumping on this guy whenever he gets the chance to trade with cooldowns.
Copy. Shaden.
There it is. Steadfast presence means no way out for Insanity, and Evil Geniuses are first on the board.
And Pit, of course, you can hug the top side. The Scuttle Crab Vision won't see you, and Hanser doesn't know.
Hanser. Oh, here comes the Poppy now. But Revenge has to be a little careful about this. He doesn't want to overchase Hanser on his own because he could end up walking to his own demise. Shaden again, just trying to cut off any sort of escape route here for the TSM top laner. Hanser still does have his flash. Revenge in some trouble as Buki joins the mix, and Revenge now has to go full retreat mode. Under 200 HP remaining, while down in the bottom lane, we got a 2v2 breaking out all the way. Chime down below 300 HP as the continued fire from Unforgiven forces TSM back.
They're gonna look at a possible dive. Ultimate ready for Revenge. He's burning down. He's
Oh, Boogie picks it up. Nicely done. An alley-oop there by TSM as Shaden tries to get something back on Hanser, but he just doesn't have the damage. Insanity barely gets away in the mid lane. Survives with a sliver of HP. There is action all over the rift. 2v2s in the side lanes. The 1v1 back in the mid lane. Hanser and Boogie seeing if they might be able to get something else here, or at least crack the wave further, while down in the bottom side, Turtle and Sean going in. Face breaker won't find it.
Shaden, another Hex Flash from behind. 3 members going at Hanser.
Oh, Hanser, this could be troubling, buddy. The flash gonna be used there to escape the Fade Sealed, but Shaden was in a great spot to guarantee the wall.
Done into the wall.
Yep.
So that is... Hanser's probably going to want that flash back, you know, knowing that the Poppy is right there, so wishes he could have held on to that one instead. He dies either way, but
Distance of the Fate Sealed, but JoJo can still get away in time. Shaden coming back up into the top lane. He's got his flash this time, and Hanser is not long for this world. A little bit more damage is going to be required here, and they don't have
the kill in mid lane. Top side, though, repeat from TSM. Boogie is here. Revenge, no counter-strike.
Oh, nice ulti from Boogie over the wall. Revenge under pressure from 3 as Hanser has to get back away from the turret aggro. It's heated up. Insanity takes another turret shot. He'll get the shutdown and barely survive.
Resulting in a lot of turret damage down there. A lot of extra turret plate money for Unforgiven. Shaden here in the Raptor Pit is seen by a ward.
Chains of Corruption lands onto him and chimes into the middle of the wall, but Shaden can just tackle Turtle back the other way. JoJo jumps in, but he won't get the knock up there with the Fate Sealed. Shaden still running all the way out, 200 HP left. His teammates body blocking for him, and JoJo finds the angle to turn it right back down onto Turtle. Evil Genius is up 1-0 in his 3v3, but JoJo ends up dropping, and it's a mean punch from Chime. Ready to go again.
Yeah, and even though TSM are down over 1,000 gold here, if they're able to get Hanser involved with this Rumble with the Nevermind, ultimate down, 50% health, 100%!
Nice.
Pick themselves. Sejuani ult, Varus ult, and that's a dead Rakan.
Oh, but now Shaden's going in for Turtle, knocking him up into the air with a point-blank uncharged Keeper's Verdict. JoJo's ready. Chime absorbs a lot with the Haymaker, and now JoJo's gonna burn. Hanser's in the mix, and he's mixing up Evil Geniuses. Insanity jumps in with the rockets, and a Vengeance is falling comrade. It's a 3-for-1 for...
Loved the early dragon fights, so it's a good counter there for TSM when EG overreach on Turtle, trying to go for that Varus by the tower.
And now they've earned themselves another objective. It's the Rift Herald going their way as they're about to complete it. Chime starting the fight up against JoJo, but it's going to be Ayla burning down first. 200 HP remaining on the enemy support. Hanser nearly has the equalizer. The cooldown is just about to be ready now. There it is. Not quite what he needed to kill Ayla, but he's got the flash for the follow. JoJo drops 2, and TSM's going to give him something to smile about.
Yeah, and they've got a Tristana on top side. Demolish proc, turret will go poof. Here comes the Rift Herald for number 2. They can just hard push on top side.
Yeah, we've got an EG response in mid on that tier 2, but again, let's go back to the philosophy of split push races. The team with Herald wins. The team with Tristana wins. The team with both is gonna make a mess out of you. Tier 3 turret drop top 16 minutes in. Hanser back in the mid lane underneath the tier 2, about to die to Unforgiven. He lives with a scrap shield for an extra second. Shaden barely gets away, but Boogie's gonna swoop in and pick him up, and Insanity jumps in with a mop and bucket at the ready to clean up the enemy AD carry.
Meanwhile, Revenge is going to finish up on this bottom tower, but he's got all of TSM coming for his head. Boogie on the inside route here through the tri-brush. Insanity gives up on the chase while Turtle's still coming.
And still trying to clear this. Yep. Arctic Assault hits. There's your stun. Turtle trying to get here for the extra damage.
Gotta flash the ult.
Just jumping away. I think Revenge should be okay here. Nope, never mind. We got the ulti into the follow-up ulti. Revenge with a leap strike back away, but there it is. Piercing arrow with a flash from Turtle will pierce his heart. Revenge falls. TSM's up 12-6, and they pick up the mid lane tier 1-2.
Yep, he had to flash the ult there because there was Wild Turtle for the follow-up ultimate, but he thought he could tank it with his counter-strike up instead. It is gonna be the flash fall. They get the kill. Towers going down on both sides. Flowers.
TSM as EG. Gonna look for an opportunity to collapse on these guys. Ayla over the wall. He's got the flash on Rakan. That's a big deal. TSM's gonna make sure they don't just get massively engaged on here with that AoE potential. EG putting their focus fire onto the Drake, and there it is, secured. Boogie tried to go in, but he doesn't even get value out of his own ulti. Now if Poppy can knock him out of the way, they can try to go in on everybody else. Boogie's already down below half. Equalizer onto the EG lines as Boogie barely gets away. Haunter wants to chase them, but they can't close the distance yet. Ayla continuing to try to provide an escape route, setting up wards and control and priority over the bottom side river. So they're not going to have any foundational elements up here on the top side. TSM though, they smell that something's going on. They know they gotta try to get in here. Boogie phase check, but that's the tank. EG doesn't want to overcommit onto him. Piercing arrow flies out, but it won't find a target. EG now knows that that Baron call isn't gonna work.
I love the tempo of this game though. Now TSM are just gonna start it out. So much damage received by Evil Geniuses by starting out themselves. Poppy Copter is a spinning.
Okay,
Let's time out. He's gonna have to wait for it now. 4K health on this Baron.
Baron down to 3K. TSM are sending it in for the Baron, but now they're gonna go for the fight instead. They explode Shaden. He will not give us the Baron deal. The Baron's secured. Oh, nice catch there. Chains of Corruption forcing out the cleanse from Unforgiven. As soon as that ulti's back up there on the Varus, TSM's gonna have plenty more opportunities to try to make a pick on that valuable carry for Evil Geniuses. Haunts are just putting the work in. Down here in bottom lane, finally gonna finish off the tier 1 over there. Meanwhile, JoJo's up in top, looking to take that tier 2. He knows that Evil Geniuses does not want to take a fair fight against TSM with the current state of the gold lead and the Baron. So instead, he's just gonna trade as effectively as he can cross-map. But the Baron buff and more dudes being present means that TSM is always going to win these races.
On the other side of the map, but here comes that Baron power. Turtle chipping away at the tower too. That thing will drop pretty soon.
One more hit on it, do it. Oh, and it's the cannon minion that guarantees the kill. Now Evil Geniuses have 2 exposed inhibitors because remember back at the 16-minute mark, the Herald charge ended up taking out the tier 3. So if TSM want to, they can just try to take 2 open fights here on the inhibs. Haunter's under pressure from JoJo, but TSM wants to turn it around onto the rest of Evil Geniuses. The equalizer is dropped, and Boogie kills JoJo. Ayla's on the run, and Boogie's buying time with a stopwatch. Shaden has the bomb on his head. It's about to pop. Insanity gets the kill, and he's knocked away in the meantime. TSM get the fight. They get 2 kills, and they get the inhib.
Yeah, they're gonna keep on pushing. They've got plenty of Baron buff left. Only 13 seconds is needed. Nexus turret under attack.
Nexus turret number 1 below half HP. Ayla just needs to try to buy some time, slow down this TSM push. They got to be a little bit concerned here. The health bars are not looking entirely healthy, but Unforgiven and Revenge are having a hard time holding on. Insanity's turret-crushing power about to explode the last remaining tier 3. Revenge, he's not fed like he was.
That timing here for TSM to be able to contest this dragon. They're going to have to give something with everything that's behind them, but it's kind of risky with how far behind EG are with items right now. But he could teleport behind.
Turtle did get chunked, but Boogie's already going in. Equalizer comes down, and they're trying to find a kill. They already got it. Shaden is down. Ayla is down. Revenge and Unforgiven trying to fight back as JoJo makes his entrance, but he's having to snap back. He's going to die to Turtle. That'll do it. TSM can just march it in from here. Revenge and Unforgiven will not be able to survive the 5-man onslaught. TSM didn't lose anybody. TSM is going to bring us to a game number 5, but they got some unfinished business first. Unforgiven and Revenge trying to battle back, forced back onto the fountain steps. Ladies and gentlemen, playoffs are starting with Silver Scrapes.